Pleasure now to be joined with Roman Harper of the SEC Network, SEC Nation, here on campus in Baton Rouge, getting ready for LSU-Florida. I guess 2 weeks in, Roman, who's been most impressive for you so far in the SEC?
It's been LSU defensively. Has been probably the most impressive thing I've seen. Honestly, to see the jump that they've made on that side of the football has been outstanding. Blake Baker's done a great job of using different guys, whether it's West Weeks, Whit Weeks, Harold Perkins, or A.J. Halsey in different ways. Mansoor Delane has been the best corner in college football, in my opinion, which I think I know a little bit about DBs. So it's been really, really good to see. It's been fun to watch, and they're flying around. And the defense of LSU is the reason why they're set up to be really, really good coming on, like not only the first half of the season, but going down the stretch as well if they stay healthy.
Everybody's burying Florida this week after the loss to USF, and honestly, you know, without the spinning penalty, a field goal here or there, they could have won it, and this would have been a different landscape. But I feel like we're going to get a different Florida team this week, one especially getting Caleb Banks back as they're expecting.
Yeah, that'll help. Caleb Banks is definitely a difference maker up front for them. And honestly, you know, Florida didn't lose that game because of lack of talent or lack of effort. It's a lack of execution, the discipline aspect, 11 penalties. They got to clean some things up on that side of the football. Florida in this rivalry, this game is weird. It's what I've learned since covering the SEC full time is that this game, you never really know how it's going to play out. It's usually something that happens within the game that's like, oh, well, this is the weird thing that happens, whether it's the shoe gate or, you know, all the other things that happen. So it's been really, really – it's going to be an interesting game. LSU should win this game. It's at home. They got all the momentum and everything going for them right now. And when teams are down, sometimes you need to kick them while they're down. And right now, that's what LSU needs to focus on, is handling it and doing their own business and controlling what they can control. Offensively, I want to see more out of LSU, though. They got to get Caden Durham the ball more. I understand you got all these other weapons and you like to get them the ball in space and all that other things, but Caden Durham could be a bell cow for this team if they actually allowed him to be. And so if they're able to do that, then I like LSU a lot more going forward. But if not, LSU's going to slip up and lose to a team that the experts say that they shouldn't have because they offensively are not where they can be.
A few other games going on around the conference, obviously Georgia and Tennessee. Huge test for Georgia and Gunnar Stockton, his first true road SEC game. I know it's been 8 straight for Georgia over Tennessee. I just feel like, man, in Knoxville, Joey Aguilar has exceeded everybody's expectations so far. Number 2 offense in the country. What do you make of this one?
Well, they're number 2 offense because they played a terrible team last week and put up 70-some points. So the padding stats that's fine. It's valid. But Georgia has mind control over Tennessee. Beating Tennessee is just what Georgia does. And so Tennessee has to try and take care of themselves. The old Joey Aguilar has to not be the old Joey Aguilar, which is turn the football over. He has to take care of the football, protect the football, and use the home crowd to their advantage. And you said it's the first SEC start on the road for Gunnar Stockton. It's the first time Joey Aguilar's played against an SEC team. So it's going to be some nerves on both sides. And whichever quarterback takes care of the football, offensively for Georgia, they got to get some things going. I'm not loving what I see on that side of the football for Georgia. But, you know, they're playing Tennessee. That's usually when they get their confidence up. So it'll be a really, really good game. And everybody's going to talk about how great the crowd is in Tennessee, which is a great one. But nobody in the crowd's playing the game. So it only matters so much.
Arkansas Ole Miss, weird stuff just happens in that one. Taylen Green leads the SEC with 10 touchdown passes. I know they haven't played anybody, but it just feels weird to be doubting him in year 2 in a Petrino system as good as they've played.
Yeah, they're really good. They also got Omega Blake, the wide receiver, is probably the best wide receiver they had in the last couple of years, and he's really stood out on tape as well. So they have weapons. For me, I've talked about it in earlier times with some of my guys, is that Ole Miss has to focus on running the football and really trying to play this game differently than what they're normally traditionally doing, which is slowing it down a little bit, take some pressure off Austin Simmons in the quarterback room and not so much depend on them making all the plays and all the great right decisions and say, hey, if we just run the football, then we're going to take pressure off everybody else. And you can run the football at Arkansas. I would say run right at them and make it into a physical game. Arkansas is good up front, but they're not big. And so being able to physically beat them up front, that demoralizes a team. It chews up the clock. It makes other teams play with a sense of pressure that they're not always able to match, and that's when mistakes happen. So Taylen Green's been amazing, but Taylen Green still makes mistakes. And so you got to make sure you take advantage of the mistakes when he does make them. And if you're Ole Miss, you take more advantage of them when you actually control the tempo in which this game is played by running the football as well.
Juwan Lacey, back-to-back 100-yard rushing games already. We'll see if he can do it. One more for you, Vanderbilt, South Carolina. Man, Diego Pavia, Lenore Sellers. I mean, two exciting quarterbacks, and it's just I feel like this winter we're in Nashville. I might be leaning Vandy, but this feels like one South Carolina has to have at home.
South Carolina would say that because South Carolina has expectations to get into the playoffs this year. And so this is a game that they have to win if they want to have those type of goals and things like that. But, man, Vanderbilt's a different team. They got weapons on the outside that can actually separate and get open. They play with a different sense of confidence. Last week versus Virginia Tech, they didn't hope to come back in the second half. They expected to do it. And all they did was, they didn't just beat Virginia Tech. They put their foot on their throat and finished them. And so this Vandy team is different. And early on, South Carolina has to match the energy of the crowd and what Vandy's going to bring. I'm not worried about Vandy being ready to play. I'm worried about South Carolina being able to match the early energy, and all of a sudden now you're using the crowd to your home field advantage for real. Because if you start slow, Vandy has get to a good start or something like that, the crowd's not as effective. And so that's what you have to use right now. And South Carolina's struggling offensively. And I know they're good defensively, but they're really trying to struggle putting all these pieces together offensively right now around Lenore Sellers. They got a great quarterback in him, but it can't be about just him. And so my biggest thing that I'm going to talk about is when Vanderbilt gets the opportunity to tackle Lenore Sellers in the pocket, they have to get him on the ground. That's when Lenore Sellers makes all his superhero plays, is when he makes somebody miss. Next thing you know, he's out the pocket. He's throwing the football down the field, or he's using his legs to make big plays. So if Vandy can do that, Vandy's got a really, really good chance of winning this game.
Last thing for you, back here in Louisiana, what's the best thing you've eaten this week?
Oh, man, I had Shogun in New Orleans last night, a great hibachi place that I used to always go to in Metairie. I'll probably have Dragos tonight because I can't go to Louisiana and not get the charboiled oysters. That's just mandatory. I wore my Mardi Gras shirt today.
I like that.
Anytime I come back to the state, I need to at least represent. So, and I'm not going to wear LSU colors. So, Mardi Gras colors are second best colors. So, there it is.
He is Roman Harper, SEC Nation. Check him out every Saturday on your tube. Roman, thanks so much for the time, man.
I appreciate it. Roll Tide.